All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Reseller Clickbait Podcast. I'm Cory, Grams and Pops Vintage. I'm here with Ken, SSKPromo,
Ho, ho,
Seasonal
ho.
Santa. And
Oh,
once
look
again,
at,
we're coming to you with a action-packed, we don't know what we're talking about today episode.
yes.
But we are, Ken. I did set a goal
Well,
for this
okay.
episode. We're
Okay.
right on the line where our episode number is going to be higher than our view count. So we need to get at least 128 views this episode.
I like that goal. But hey, I'm going to zoom. Look at Cory here. I'm rubbing off on him. He's got his festive ho, ho,
It's
ho.
Santa
Look at the
season.
big Santa in the back. That
You like
hat's
him?
blinking. I
He's
love
like
that
5 foot
Santa.
tall and he dances and sings.
Is that one of those? It does it and it works? Everything's, yeah, I've seen that in your video before.
We've got 2 of them now, so we brought one in the house. You can
What did
plug your
they
phone into him, and he'll sing whatever you play on the phone.
get out?
Yeah, he does.
Why do I not have one of those? Is it for
There's
sale?
one available in my eBay store. Still in the box. You better get
I might
one.
have to check that out.
We had to bring this guy in because he had a bum arm. His arm fell off at the shoulder, so we had to fix him, and now we got to sew his outfit back up. We had to unstitch him to get him fixed.
Like a Santa sling for him?
Nope, we got him fixed. It wasn't broken, it just popped out of the socket, so
okay.
We had to give him a little bit of adjustment. Now we got to sew him back up.
You're like a chiropractor that you got to put the whole arm back inside.
Yeah. He works really good. The dogs hate him.
Oh, I would imagine so. Yeah. Do you just tease the dogs with him? Just turn it on and get him.
Well, the button is like a big red button right up in front, like between his feet in the front of the pedestal.
Okay.
So when you walk by, you can just press it with your foot. And dogs always scatter.
That's one thing. Hey, maybe you turn that on like at night when them deer and them owls are out there. Wait, how did those go?
I don't remember. Can you remember?
It was like hoo or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, it's that dang. It was that little deer and the owl in the tree. Yep, I do remember.
Yes. So you are festive. Man, I'm excited. I got extra festive. Right before we were recording, I was coming by, I was looked out the window, and there's just one of those pretty like Christmas snows going on. It had been windier earlier in the day, but there's no wind. It's just floating down. It's been
kind of like that off and on all day today here. It is
super.
It definitely gets you in the mood as long as you can stay in the house. As soon as you go outside, the Christmas spirit lifts and you just want to kick a cat or something.
It's complete anger. It almost makes you want to do Ken complains about winter. I'm sure I got plenty of those in me this year, but Thanksgiving to Christmas, I can handle some snow, especially when it's a pretty snow like that's going on out there right now.
We've been doing a Christmas movie marathon here. Every night we've been watching a couple.
Okay.
And it's really hard to find good Christmas movies that are not love stories. Like, I am not a fan of the Hallmark girl comes to town, falls in love with a boy crap. They're all the same story with different characters.
Those
I'm not a huge fan of that, but
oh man, see now you're just being mean because that's what I'm into. I would just basically, lock it in, rip the knob off Hallmark movies. And I've seen like
even Elf to a certain extent is that same kind of. It's a love story too, and it in the background, but it's not the forefront of the movie. Like that's not the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah,
at least Elf makes it interesting.
I've been getting that
last night.
That's one of the top comments now today. Okay, so today I had bleached my beard again for this is like the 4th time that I've bleached it in the last whatever. How long have I had it? Since November, so like less than a month. Because it was getting I noticed that these lights and stuff don't do it justice. It is crispy white today because it's getting all dirty where I got new growth on the sides and right here, and so I've got it
comb in some silver glitter or something, make it sparkle. See, I got you.
Got all kinds of glitter right back here. Yeah, some silver or some white. I have white glitter. That would
slap some Elmer's glue on a fine comb and dump some glitter on it, just comb it through.
I got some Santa gigs coming up this weekend and this week, and I wanted to get it back, looking white and stuff. So today I went out just with the joy of Christmas in my heart, and I had my Santa, my all over print Santa jacket on, my Santa hat, And man, how many smiles and Merry Christmases, and I get that a lot. Santa, I know him. You know, people do that line from the elf. I did have a cool experience, and it's why I do this. A lady came up to me. I was at the grocery store, and a lady come up, you know, pushing her cart, stops right beside me, and just says, "Thank you." And I knew what she meant. That, you know, I was just festive. She's like, "Thank you. You are just a blessing." She's like, there's so much, you know, people are sad and people are angry out there. And to see you, you know, dressed like this, just being, you know, having a big smile on your face, she said, just thank you for that. And of course,
said, you don't know me.
Candy Kid. Yeah. Well, okay. So that was fun. So we just chatted for just a couple seconds. So, now I'm getting ready to check out. I'm walking up to like the checkout, and she comes around the corner and she says, "Oh, by the way, I haven't been good all year." And I was like, yeah.
You on the naughty list, lady?
No, she was grandmotherly, very grandmotherly. So, but she said, I haven't been good all year. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, I checked the list. As soon as we got done talking, I said, I checked the list, and I was like, man, that poor lady on the naughty list, getting a pile of coal for Christmas. And she just got the biggest kick out of that I whipped that on her, that I knew she was on the naughty list already. But it's just fun.
I don't know why her being grandmotherly age matters. Your grandfatherly age. It's age appropriate at that point.
Well, I guess it is. So, man, see, that's what I didn't see the signs. Maybe I was being hit on.
You might have
by
been.
Someone, well, she wasn't very gilfy. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I think you've said too much.
I think I did. We'll edit that in post. But yeah, it was just a fun day, festive. I was, you know, with the beard all crispy and out there. You know, Santa got a shop too. Santa needs some groceries. And so
now if they start paying for your groceries, I would consider that worth doing. But if they ain't buying my groceries, I don't want to hear it.
No, she didn't offer to buy any groceries. Maybe I should have had a longer conversation with her.
I'm really confused why anybody would make themselves look more approachable so people come up to you in public that don't know you. I've made an art form of doing the opposite of that.
It's the Christmas spirit, though.
I know, and I'm happy in the car and smiling, and as soon as I get out of the car, new face.
It's just like, don't come. The regular Ebenezer Scrooge, you know, people avoided him like the plague, which there probably was a plague going on at the time of
probably was
Ebenezer Scrooge. That's my favorite story. The Christmas Carol, A Christmas Carol, not just at Christmas time, and just the story itself.
Like
you know, of how you
Scrooge.
The which version?
The Bill Murray version.
Oh, Scrooged? Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good. My favorite version is with Patrick Stewart, the guy that played Captain Picard. That's my favorite version to watch. But the FX A Christmas Carol, it's called FX's A Christmas Carol. Great version. It might even be edging out the Patrick Stewart one. Just very, very dark, the way that they tell the story, the way that stuff goes. Just a great version. I should watch that time. My cable box, I gotta go. I think I gotta go to cable office tomorrow and get a new cable box. Something's wrong. It just kind of
office to get a cable box. Well, just switch to streaming and be done with it.
Well, yeah, but some of the I don't want to have to buy all the different streaming platforms and stuff. Again, you said I'm grandfatherly age. I just like to have my remote and turn it on the channel. I like to have my DVR to record stuff. I like to be able to pause and rewind and all of that stuff.
Do all that on streaming.
Well, maybe I have to look into that, because my cable bill is just nuts. But so I've been watching stuff on I actually have been streaming, but streaming through the Spectrum. Spectrum is the cable company that I have, through the Spectrum app. And just so that I can watch the Hallmark movies. And I haven't watched many other Christmas movies.
I used to really like the Hallmark movies, but it's just, like I said, the love story Christmas versions. which is pretty much every Christmas movie, I'm not a fan of. I look for ones that are not that. Like we'll watch National Lampoon's probably tomorrow night.
What's been your favorite so far that you watched?
Probably Elf, just because it's a classic and we watch it every year. Probably that one. We did watch that stupid Hot Frosty one that's on Netflix where the lady turns a snowman into a guy and falls in love with it. That is so dumb.
I haven't seen that. Sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It is. It does look like a Hallmark movie if all the actors couldn't act and they were just really dumb.
So that's not getting a 5 candy cane rating from Cory.
It is not getting a 5 candy cane
season.
Rating.
Well, I'll tell you something that you can watch that'll be fun and festive is this coming Wednesday night. What is that? The 18th? Wednesday the 18th. The holiday live tour right here on this channel on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.
And you can stream it from YouTube. Live.
Yeah. You could stream it live. However, when you stream it,
cable.
You could be in the comments. I can't comment when I'm streaming on TV. I wish I could comment.
I do all the time.
You do? No, I mean
just yell out comments to Teresa.
Yeah.
And I get feedback.
I yell at the TV. I'm here all by myself and I'm yelling at the TV, even the shows that I've already seen. But we got a couple of
get feedback.
Yeah. Oh, Jill and I was it last weekend? I think we're going to do it this week too. Is we had a date night where we watched a Hallmark movie together, but she was at her house and I was at her house. Or no, she was at her house. I was at my house. Yeah. And then we just were video chatting and we just left the phones there, video chat, and we would watch the movie together at the same time. And then we would comment and then we could, we would fast forward. We started a little bit late so we could fast forward through the commercials. And
I'm going to get in trouble.
So that was just a fun.
That sounds like the perfect way to watch a movie with a woman. Is to be
it's her in a different
have a mute button.
We both made popcorn. It was festive. It was
Watching
fun.
movies with Teresa is painful because she can't. Okay. She can't sit and watch a movie.
Okay.
She's got to do 9 other things at the same time and then constantly look up and say, "What just happened?" I don't know. What happened over there? I was watching the movie.
Yeah, I don't multitask either. If I'm watching a movie, I
have to engage in the movie. I have to be watching.
That's
I get thrown off reaching for the popcorn because I'm so in the movie. I'll miss the bowl. Like I'm in the movie.
I never miss the bowl because I have this great big bowl. We've talked. I'm a popcorn connoisseur. I have this great big bowl that's right there in my lap. Now I miss my mouth quite often, and here recently I had to work on my my chair. I have basically my one chair. It's kind of a rocker recliner. Just sits in the middle of the room right in front of my TV. Well, something happened to it and I had to work on it. Well, on the back of the chair, there's like a little flap that's Velcroed, underneath the thing, and you flip that up. And if you want, so I go and I ripped the Velcro off, and there must have been a half a bowl of popcorn that fell out of that. That was in that thing. And then I tipped the chair up. I think I found like $1.75 in quarters that had, fallen out of my pocket down into the chair. And, but yeah, I couldn't believe how much popcorn that I actually do not get into my mouth.
Whole WhaNot show in that chair worth of change.
Yeah.
All right, I hit my quota. That's my one WhaNot dig.
Well, you can dig on it later because I gotta ask you a question, and I messed myself up on eBay with WhaNot. But
I would like to say your popcorn bowl is more impressive than mine because we don't have a dedicated popcorn bowl. I have to steal the stainless steel bowl off the KitchenAid. That's what I put my popcorn in.
Okay. Yeah, I have this big bowl. It actually says it's popcorn time on the side of it, which a lot of that's faded because I've washed that thing so many times. A lot of that's faded. Oh, but see, my popcorn game, and I've said this before, Cory, my popcorn game stepped up when you sent me that Presto, the butter heater thing. Oh man. I love that
I'm
thing.
glad it got put to use. I thought it would be a good gift. You've actually got me inspired to make a New Year's resolution to actually
Okay.
step up my popcorn bag game and not
Okay.
buy the Act 2 popcorn and actually buy a popcorn maker. Like, I'm going to try that in this coming year. We're going to go back to making real popcorn.
Well, I tell you, if you want one, I've got 10 of them listed in my store.
I know,
Brand
but I
new.
know you don't like to take reasonable offers.
Well, Cory, I would accept a reasonable offer from you because I haven't moved. I haven't moved one of those. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I sold that
I know.
your unreasonable offer on that Ohio State
You
coat.
doubled my offer.
I did, and all I had to do was hold out for a couple of weeks, and that thing sold and shipped out the same day. So
Somebody's getting a Christmas present.
They probably got it already. So
Christmas sales have been insane. Have your sales on WhaNot and eBay picked up? Because ours are insane. Like, that's all we do anymore is pack.
For not really putting a lot of effort into eBay, my sales have been decent. You know, I'm selling things, and as I'm selling them, it's like, oh man, I have other items that are similar. If I would have had them listed, they probably could have sold. But I checked, and there will be a Christmas next year as well. So, some of those things, you know, or people will buy
Problem is,
buy that stuff all
Ken
year
will
long.
be around for it.
Well,
tomorrow's not guaranteed, especially at our age. We could just kick off.
And then I wouldn't really be worried about it at that point. You know what I feel bad for is if there's a morbid topic. If I were to kick off tomorrow, I feel bad for the person that has to come in and make some semblance of order out of my garage and my office and my house. And it's just, it's out of hand with stuff.
You need an eBay reseller will. You need to figure out who that stuff goes to and just get it earmarked now. Because Jill don't want it.
No, she's trying to give me all of her stuff.
Sure Breakdance Judy don't want
it. No, she does not. She does not. Yeah, I have to figure that out. But what I was I'm going to finish because about the live tour that's this Wednesday night. This episode comes out Monday, so you only have 2 days to wait. 2 days to wait. Live show. 2 great guests, 2 fun, festive guests. We've got Kristen, a rural squirrel, who's about the most fun, bubbly, energetic person that you could imagine, and Chris, Cajun reseller, who will always take the opportunity. Well, no, Chris is a fun guy. He takes he's like you. He takes every opportunity he can to, bust my balls on something. My snowballs. I should have made that seem, Christmassy. But
so Ken's son and Kristen.
Yes. my redheaded stepchild is going to be on. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to play a couple of games, ding or dong. We're going to do, kind of almost like a Christmas this or that. And I was thinking today I'd seen I might do a Christmas Carol challenge, like a finish that lyric sort of thing.
I'm not going to be good at this.
Between, you and Kristen and Chris can finish the lyric. Do that. We're going to, do the trivia game and just have fun. We got some giveaways that will give, because it's Christmas time. Going to give away stuff. And so I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to that. This weekend, I'm going to be finalizing all of those things, getting all the graphics and all of the stuff done. I might even do the Christmas Carol lyric thing. We'll have to see. I was thinking of how I could do it audibly so that everybody could hear it rather than me just like singing the words or saying the words.
Play the song and stop it at a certain point.
Yes.
You might have to edit the file just so you don't forget to pause it at the right point.
Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking. But, then I don't know what that does for, well, we're not monetized. So go ahead and, what you can do to us, YouTube.
We're monetized. We got 2 things of viewer mail that asked us to stop putting out episodes and they'd pay us.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing, and then I'll get to my topic. Oh, so I am upgrading stuff. Look at this beauty that I got in the mail today.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Look at this new Santa
It's
belt.
almost like his belt over there. Look at that. You got a twin belt. See him over there?
Yeah.
Twin belts.
Can. But this, a full leather, 4-inch wide belt, nice big heavy gold buckle on there. Just it's gonna make my Santa suit because like right now the belt that I have. Oh, you could. This thing is legit right here.
That's a lot of leather. That's like half a cow.
And yeah, it cost like half a cow too. It was pretty expensive, but I'm super excited to try this on. Hopefully I ordered the right size.
When you asked them to make a belt for a skinny Santa?
Well, no, I had to. So they sold it in like 3 different lengths, and I had to measure myself. Well, I measured around myself how I am, and then I just got, because I have like a padded vest that's used for under Santa suits and stuff. And so then, but I didn't have all my stuff out, so I just got like a bed pillow and put it around me, measured to. So hopefully I measured right
out there.
Exactly. It's so I'm excited about the new Santa belt, and it'll hopefully legitimize my costume a little bit more. Well, it doesn't really even hold the pants up. My suspenders hold my pants up.
What's going to hold the belt up? Are there loops big enough for it?
They're in the side of the coat, because it just kind of goes around your belly thing, and there's big loops that hold it on. So
who knew Santa costumes were this complicated?
Oh man, I even need to upgrade my suit. Now, I bought that with like previous Santa money. I always just like keep my Santa money if I do make some.
When you monetized and took the spirit out of Christmas.
Yes, that still bothers me sometimes. But shout out to Mike Camporelli, who said, "Don't pay attention to Cory. Get that Santa gig money." But just like I was talking about the grocery store today, that's why I do it, and that was fun. But
I just give you crap because I know you're not motivated by money in any way, or you wouldn't sell on WhaNot.
But money motivates me when the bills come due, and if I would happen to come up short. I've never really came up short, but sometimes I go, oh man, I need to have a little more padding. Much like my Santa suit, my checking account needs a little more padding in it.
Close enough to home, you can curl up on mom and dad's couch yet if you had to.
Yeah, I just head next door.
You're fine.
Yeah, I got and their house is hotter than mine, believe it or not, because I keep my house pretty warm. And
I was freezing in our house today. That dang thermostat is set to go down because we're never in the house during the day. So we always have the automated thermostat just turn it down to like 68 during the day. But it's 68's chilly in this house because we have a dog door and the dogs are going in and out all the time, bringing that breeze in. And I was cold in this house today. I felt old and just crippled up.
Bones were creaking and
yep.
So
I needed that Santa costume.
I do have a question. I do have a reseller question that I guess I don't know the answer because I haven't really experienced this from this side. How much of a problem is it if you have to cancel an order on a customer? Like, how much does eBay ding you for that? I've had to cancel orders before, but because the customer requested it. And so you go in and customer requests it. But I've never had to cancel an order because it was my fault. And I don't know what that does.
To the right show for this question because we've had this.
Okay.
And it does count against you. It counts against your metrics in your store.
Yes.
As long as you're not doing it all the time or even very often at all. You don't want to do it if you can help it.
Yeah.
But if it's just the one-off, it's not gonna hurt you that bad.
This is the first time. Okay, and here you go, Cory. This is your second. You can get a second dig in on. Well, it's not WhaNot's fault. It's my fault. It was on a plush, a Christmas reindeer plush. That when I was doing some Christmas plush shows on WhaNot, I pulled some things from my eBay inventory, and I took them out. I took them out of the eBay inventory, and so then when I ran the plush, then that one didn't sell. So I had put it back into my eBay inventory. but it was still in the bin. I hadn't pulled it out of the WhaNot bin and put it back out in the garage. And so, well, it wasn't a buy it now. I actually ran it again. I ran it on WhaNot again, and it sold. And so now this same plush, of course, this plush that has been sitting in that's probably been in there 2 seasons for Christmas. It sold today. And I was going to print out my orders and stuff to be able to do some packing. And it's like, oh no, I sold that the other day on WhaNot and didn't realize that I had relisted it on eBay. And it's probably that relisting on eBay that gave it that extra little bump up where it had
honestly,
sat,
I think if it happened on our account today, as long as it was under $50, we'd probably go find the same plush from somewhere else and drop ship it to them.
Yeah.
But that's because we care about our eBay account and we make our money there. If it was on your eBay account for the amount of business you do, I probably would just cancel it.
Yeah, that's and it was only like $10. It was only going for $10. Excuse me. And I did reach out to the customer, actually right before the show, reached out to him, apologize, let them know that I was embarrassed to have to do that, but I had sold. I didn't say I sold it on WhaNot or anything. That I had sold it and that it got relisted and they basically a nice reply. Thank you for letting me know and have a Merry Christmas. They wish me a Merry Christmas. So
you should have left it active and just mailed them a headshot signed, and then also refund them. And that way it shows you actually shipped the product. And you could refund them because of whatever reason you want to put in there.
So
and I still get that wonderful Santa headshot.
They get the headshot.
Yeah.
See, now I could still do that because I actually haven't canceled the order yet. I was waiting to ask this question when we got on here. I did reach out to the customer because I wanted to let them know what was going on. So, when I go in here, I pretty much need to choose. Let me see. If I go to cancel the order, I have the options of out of stock or damaged, buyer asked to cancel, or there was an issue with the buyer shipping address. Well, I'm also an upfront and honest guy. It's that it's out of stock or.
Hang on. I think we established that's not true. We know how you ship.
How? What do you mean?
You don't put the real numbers in. So you could just pick whatever you want.
I think those comments went in my favor though last week on the show about our disagreement. Now we were talking.
There's a lot of people in this world that are wrong. It's okay.
And maybe that's why Cory, it's comments like that why we're trying to get as many viewers as episode number these days. Episode 128, by the way. And so I got to choose out of stock or damaged because it is out of stock. And
ship the headshot.
They're not going to go for that.
Just write on it sign it with a Sharpie and write ho ho ho. You wanted a plush, but no, and put an apology letter in there, and then refund them their money after they get it. You got this. It's easy.
Believe it or not, folks, Cory is a published author, and that's what he could come up with. Ho ho ho. You wanted a plush, but no.
Well, I'm on the spot here. Come on. I didn't have time to spell check this and stuff. I didn't think it through.
That's funny. So, yeah, I mean, I got to choose the out of stock or damaged and I guess take whatever ding on my already.
We've had to do it. We've actually pulled something out of a tote before to ship it and dropped it on the way to the shipping station. So, I mean, you don't have a choice but to do that then. And it wasn't that big of a deal. You just don't want to do it a lot.
Let me see. Will that take one of these ratings down to less than 100%? Because you talk about OCD. Well, you talked about your OCD with the shipping and putting the correct things in. If one of these is not at 100%, it's
not OCD if it's right. Those are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. One is correct, one is incorrect.
How many times have you Have you looked at that on your desk this week and just kind of shook your head and thought, Ken? You just...
I woke up in the middle of the night once thinking, Jesus, what is he doing?
No, no wonder he's not selling anything. Well, I'm selling stuff,
it's
just not
because
as
of the
much.
comments too, because now I'm wondering how many other people in the world are intentionally being wrong.
But okay, we don't want to hash this over 2 weeks in a row, but it's not. It's in the eyes of eBay and the USPS. It is. There's no reason for me not to. That I have to put in whatever 1 pound 5 ounces. I could put in 2 pounds. It's the same category.
By all the laws and the rules of the universe, I could go outside on my porch and yell at the sky and tell it it's purple, but that doesn't make me correct. The sky isn't purple, it's blue.
Well, some nights it is. Some nights you get
Some nights I would be correct, like a clock. I'm right every once in a while. That kind of like your shipping. You get it right every now and then by accident.
That's
no, we won't beat that up.
So canceling my item, that it bothers me. I hate it for that customer. Again, I don't know if it was going to be a Christmassy gift, or what. But
I felt bad when we had to cancel it because we broke it. Like,
yeah,
it does. It stinks. We didn't like doing it, but we didn't have a choice.
So I'm doing this. I'm canceling this order live on the recorded. I could, but I'm not going to go through that. I'm gonna refund. Here's what you'll refund.
Go through the extra effort. Noticing a trend here.
Yeah. I just, eke my way around the corners of reselling.
That's Ken, just barely getting by in life, just taking the shortcuts.
Okay, there. I officially right here live cancellation is pending. It's pending.
Stinks. Those
well, they again. Thank you for letting me. I got the message right up here on the front. Thank you for letting me know, and have a very Merry Christmas. A very Merry Christmas, not just like your standard run of the mill everyday Christmas. A very Merry Christmas.
It'll be all right. It ain't gonna hurt you that bad.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, not listing that much. Of course, I'm shipping on time and all of that. My eBay probably feels as though I abandoned them. Because, they're paying attention to my little account here.
They're watching.
And it makes them. I'm not watching. We were talking there before. It's like about different things that eBay could do. I haven't. Now, you said you saw an eBay commercial. Because I'm thinking here at this Christmas time, I see commercials for Etsy. I see commercials for Etsy like every other commercial.
That's that custom handmade stuff that big this time of year.
But I mean, come on, eBay, step up and put some commercials out there.
I've seen a few commercials out there, so they are advertising. It's not.
Was it? It wasn't for eBay Auto, was it?
I don't think it was. I think it was eBay Fashion.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps, I guess.
My watch keeps beeping. I'm gonna toss this thing.
Are you in the trash?
No more. No,
I'll buy it from you.
Teresa's out actually doing work, and she's listing on eBay, so it keeps dinging my watch.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're keeping track of her? She's out there working her fingers like an elf, in December, making toys. She's packing items, listing, shipping, and you're just like the big man in the, Santa in his chair, just keeping track, technology-wise. Cory won't even go out into the eBay shed because it's too cold to check on her.
In the shed. We have heat and air conditioning in that big shop. So it's nice once you get there. You just have to cross the driveway to get there, and that's cold.
Yes.
But, she was drafting and listing pants all morning so that she'd go out and photo them tonight.
Okay.
And she pulled up a pair of pants that she was looking for comps on, and she found a comp on it, and she come and showed me the picture. It was a pair of like silver jeans, ladies' jeans.
Okay.
Big red blood stain all the way down the leg and the crotch area. And they listed them on eBay that way.
What?
Yep. And she showed me the picture. She was like, why? Why would you list this?
I was washing some stuff the other day, some clothes. Like a Carhartt coat that I had gotten. It has some like grease stains or whatever on it. You know, I pre-treated them and stuff, trying to get them out. The coat came out beautiful. I mean, it still has those stains in the area, but you know, the cuffs that were kind of all dirty and a little bit on the collar, it all came out like really nice. And except for the stains, and it's like, man, do I want to list this? But I think I've seen a lot of people list these as a barn coat. Seems to be a good keyword for the Carhartt stuff.
The Carhartt stuff tore up sells fine. I mean, we've sold some Carhartt coats that were just, they had rips and stuff in them. People just don't care. Like they like them that way. I think people like to wear coats that make them look like they work a lot, even though they don't. So when you wear out a Carhartt, you just put it on eBay.
Put it on eBay, and so that I should start wearing that one, because isn't that what I do? I don't work a lot, but I want people to think that I do.
See, my Carhartt is a barn coat. That's where I wear it.
What makes it okay? What makes it a barn coat other than like the one I was washing was one of just like your standard kind of like that? I would call it like a light tan, a light tan
is. It's
color.
like a heavy Carhartt with a hood. That's that light tan color. Everywhere is that light tan color except under the hood on the neck, because you never put the hood up, so it fades everywhere except right there.
So, okay. I don't think this one. I don't know why I keep looking, because it was right over there. Well, the reason I pulled it out was I talking about that last week. No, I think I was talking about it on Ken versus 10, where I had lost an eBay item, and I looked. It wasn't in. Did I talk about that last week on the show? It wasn't in the hat bins. I think it was on
10 versus 10, because you decided to go back and tear the room apart and find it.
Yeah, and I found it down behind another box in my room. It was an Ohio State hat, and it wasn't in the hat bins. I got like 3 hat bins. I looked through those like 100 times. I looked in all the other bins out there. It's like, well, I don't put hats in other bins, but well, here when I had listed stuff that day, I set it over here to the side, and then I gather it all up and I take it out and put it in inventory. Well, this one during that process must have got down behind the box and I didn't pay attention. And now this room is all piled up with stuff. And it took me forever. Like I lost probably an hour plus looking for this one hat. Because, you know, up to that point, I had never canceled an order. And it's like, I wasn't going to cancel it because I lost it. And so, man, I could have had 2 in 1 week.
We had a Barbie that went missing. The tracking just disappeared and she went off the grid. I don't know what happened to her. And it's been gone for like 3 weeks. It just disappeared. We ended up having to refund the customer and everything. And today it showed back up at our mailbox. It just came back to us. It wasn't insufficient address or anything else. It just came back. So we're going to relabel it and see if they want it still. And we send it back out. But yeah, it just took like 3 weeks and came back.
Well, that's kooky. Yeah, boy, this time of year with the shipping, and we talked about that last week with the porch pirates and the shipping dates and all of that stuff. It's just those guys are overworked. The shipping companies, the USPS, the postal carriers and stuff. They're
working hard this time of year.
And they are. They're earning their money. I was talking to the FedEx driver over at the local postal store. I was saying that, and yeah, he was talking about how busy he was. Here's something that kind of stinks in my area is I had said I had this big package to send out. It was UPS, and I almost missed like the cutoff time frame. And if I would ever miss that at the postal store that takes UPS and FedEx and USPS, I could just go out. We have a UPS hub right here in my town. It's not maybe a couple miles, 3 miles away from my house. They closed down their service counter. You used to be able to go out there like between 3 and 6 p.m. Every day and right to the hub, drop it off. And they have done away with that for some reason. I don't know why. They can't run a service counter for 3 hours a day. And I had to get that package out that day. And luckily I made it. I made it right before the guy got there. Actually, while I was leaving the parking lot, the UPS guy was pulling in the parking lot.
Yeah, we had the FedEx guy show up here today, and he was overworked. He was supposed to be here yesterday. They apologized for being a day late. They just got too busy. But we ordered about a pallet and a half of boxes in late October, like the last week of October.
Okay.
And we ran out. We ran out of boxes. We ran out of our bubble wrap film for our bubble machine.
Yeah.
Like we ran out of all kinds of tape, you name it, just because of how busy it's been in November and December. So we had to order more. And the FedEx guy came today and Teresa went out and helped him unload the truck because it was a lot. We filled our porch up.
Wait, this wasn't the order that you ordered in October.
No, this was a second order.
A new order, a second order. Okay,
we
I was going to say
that whole pallet and a half of boxes already in a month.
In a couple months. That's crazy. Yeah, it has been busy. I got in some. I had to do. Oh, here's my sheet. I made a sheet right here on my computer on Excel. That's all of my standard boxes that I order. Here's a reseller tip. All of my standard boxes, poly mailers, priority mail boxes, all of that stuff. Any supplies that I use for shipping, and I have it on this sheet right here, so I can just print out a sheet, and then I go out to my garage and I can check off, what I need to order, or take an inventory of what's there, so I know what to order. Because I like to group that all up in one time. You get better shipping rates and such. And so yeah, recently I had ran out of like one size box that was a common size that I use all the time. And so I went through and it's like, man, I'm out of a lot of this stuff. I had to order and get on. It's a combination of, I try to order as many on eBay as I can to support the platform, and Amazon if that's a little better. But you got to watch, because there's some, like I order a lot of stuff from a company called The Boxery.
Yeah.
And you can look at their listings because they sell on theboxery.com, and then they sell on eBay, and they sell on Amazon. And you can go to the 3 different platforms, and they might be running a sale on one or not on the other platform. Some of the shipping rates vary. Sometimes it's a free shipping. Sometimes it's you got to pay for shipping. But if you go straight to the Boxery site, the boxes are a lot cheaper, but then they charge you the shipping on them, and you kind of got to look through. And I do that every.
We usually order from Grainger, but Mike Grainger, and we did a comparison. We put our order on both sites and then brought it to the cart. Zorro actually they were almost $100 cheaper because their shipping was cheaper and some of the boxes were cheaper.
Oh, really?
So we started ordering from them. Like we saved $100 on this last order. And then they send you discount codes in your email for 10, 15, 20% off. So we switched over to Zorro for a lot of it.
Shout out to Mike Metco then for passing along that tip. So if you need boxes, I need to check out this Zorro then, because I like to go through when I'm doing that sort of stuff, order and supplies. It's easy just to click on reorder this item from different, whether it was Amazon or eBay or wherever that you ordered. And I do like to go through every couple of orders or so and just reinvestigate, see if there's a better deal out there, if there's a better company. Some of them I have got.
You got to call Geico and see if they can save you 30% on your car insurance. You have
That's right.
Or talk to the general.
Or Medicare Part C. That doesn't come. You should call in and give them your zip code even if it wasn't available last year. I see so many watching the Hallmark movies. They, Medicare Part C commercials are like every other commercial on there.
That's the first I've heard of it. Yeah. Do I qualify?
All right. Well, I don't know. You need to call the number and put in your zip code. If you have Medicare, you probably have Medicare
cable and find out.
I think I'm gonna go to the cable office tomorrow, though.
I think you get an application for Medicare Schedule C when you order cable. When you get a DVR box, they just send you the app
because they know you're old enough to qualify.
It comes with a pre-filled out AARP card.
I think I'm old enough for AARP now. I haven't signed up for anything like that.
I've been asked for my Goodwill discount more than once, so I must be getting there.
Yeah, I get that. We've talked about that before. It's like I'm not sure if I'm offended because not even when they ask me, when they just give me the discount, the senior discount, it's like, am I offended? Am I excited for the extra like 10% or 20% or, some Goodwills you go into, it's like, oh, Wednesdays is 50% off, senior day.
Now, if
And
they catch me with a senior discount at McDonald's when I'm catching the new McRib is back, then I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna take it.
Is the McRib back in your area?
Today was the first day we stopped and got one, but it wasn't great. We asked for just a McRib, the normal meal. It should come with pickles and onions on it. There was one pickle and like 2 little slivers of onion on one end of the sandwich. It was a letdown.
That's not the Christmassy spirit to short a guy a pickle.
I know. One pickle on a McRib? The thing's like 6 inches long. 2 pickles wouldn't have covered
it. So many jokes. A 6-inch pickle. Well, no, I guess that's the McRib. That's the 6 inches, but
this is why nobody's watching.
This is
this isn't why. There's so many reasons why this isn't it.
I don't know. It's but I didn't know the McRib was back.
Yeah, it came back.
I don't know if it's back in my area or not. Is that nationwide or is it regional?
I don't know.
Of when the McRib comes back. I always like to get a McRib during McRib season.
They have the popcorn shop here, Gary's Popcorn. You have to look it up. It's really, they grow the popcorn here locally, and then they opened up a popcorn store, and it's a really cool store. But they have a panini maker, and they make panini sandwiches. They had a McRib panini for like a whole month, and just as a special, and that was really good.
Did they have enough pickles on theirs?
Yeah, and onions and whatever you want.
I tell you, when I used to work my regular 9-to-5 job, I ate lunch, fast food in my car pretty much every day. And the McRib was one of the most difficult sandwiches to eat in a car because it's just so damn messy. Well, no, I would park at the parking lot. There was a store. It was like a Ace True Value store or something. It was several things throughout all the years that I worked there. But I had this one spot that I parked in every day and ate my lunch because I used to park in my parking spot at work, which is like right outside the back door. And almost every single day, somebody would come out the back door. Oh, I know you're on lunch, but then they want to ask me a question. And it's like, really? I can't get, we had 30 minutes for lunch. I can't get 30 minutes where you guys can't handle this place, during the lunch hour. And so I started parking down at the.
Sounds like you hired bad employees.
Well, I don't know.
You got to manage the elves better.
We had a lot of good employees over the years, but it's just like, really, you can't answer that question yourself. Well, down in my parking space though, then they decided that they were going to build like an outdoor greenhouse thing, like for the lawn and garden. And they, put a big chain link. No. Down at the True Value store where I would park. It was just like down the alley. It was like 1 block. And they built it right where my parking spot is. I probably sat in that same spot for 10 years or more. And they decided to build. Know it was
yours.
Well, they didn't. I didn't own the parking lot or own the space but one would think that they would have noticed every year the same vehicle parked out there for 30 minutes. And
they probably felt pretty good about the fact they figured out how to get rid of the creepy guy in the parking lot without actually talking to him. We'll just build something in his spot.
And so that ruined that. Then just lunch just always seemed off every day when I had to park. There's an OCD. There's another OCD trait. We should just turn this into an OCD podcast. We'll call it what does OCD stand for? Obsessive compulsive disorder reseller clickbait. Obsessive clickbait. Wait, obsessive clickbait podcast. I don't know. It's still a work in progress. I just made it up 2 seconds ago.
we're still spitballing this one. We don't know where we're going with it yet.
Fleshing this one out. So look forward to that. In January, probably we'll be at the new OCD. This reseller thing
we'll just have like 3 blocks in the back, all different directions, not stacked right. Just mess with people.
That's what it would always drive me nuts. I remember one time. Do you remember? Well, he's still on there. Josh, lot of Josh. He still does YouTube.
Heard his name, yeah.
Did you ever watch any lot of Josh?
Mm-hmm.
No. he would right behind him on the screen, he had all this eBay tape, and there would be like one roll or whatever that was like turned upside down the wrong way, and it would drive me nuts every week. So finally I reached out to him. I sent him a message and said, can you please turn that roll of tape around?
I don't know who I was watching the other day.
I can't hear you, Corey. Are you on mute?
No, I'm not on mute. Are you still with me?
Maybe you're there and it's my speakers. Hold on.
I think your headphone died. This is good stuff. Is that one charged? Come on, headphone. You got it? Are we good?
What you got? Nope. I got nothing.
All right, folks. So that's been a good show. And I think that's it for today because Ken's broken.
I don't know if they're hearing you or not. Let me see something here.